Hey everyone, it's lilkev, and in this video I'll be going over today's Mahogany Homes update. This minigame is a new construction training method in which you get contracts to repair or place furniture in various NPC homes. The only requirement to do this minigame is to have a POH, which costs 1000 GP, so you could start as early as level 1 construction if you wanted. For gear, you can wear weight-reducing clothing, but it's not that crucial because after each completed contract, the NPC will offer you a cup of tea, which completely restores run energy. You also need a hammer, saw, and teleports to the following locations: Ardoon, Hosidius, Varrock, and Falador. So having 51 magic is very useful. I like to use a Mudstaff, Tome of Fire, Law Runes, and a Xerix Talisman, but you'll have to play around with your setup depending on what you have available. You can also use World 330 and use shared POHs there for the teleports. To start this minigame, you need to talk to Amy and Falador, denoted by the minigame icon on the map. After the initial dialogue, you can begin doing contracts. There are 4 tiers: beginner, novice, adept, and expert, which can be done at levels 1, 20, 50, and 70 respectively. The tiers also follow the order of planks, so beginner contracts use normal planks all the way up to mahogany planks being used for expert contracts. You also sometimes need steel bars for certain furniture pieces at every tier. I like to fill my inventory with 4 steel bars and the rest planks. When you get a contract, you should see a chat message saying where to go. Here's a map with all the locations marked for your reference. So just head to your NPC. You don't need to talk to them to start the contract. Just go in and start repairing or replacing all items possible. The items won't always be the same, so just keep that in mind when you come back to a certain house or something. Those with a replace option will have a red tile marker around them, but the items with a repair option won't, so you might want to use RuneLight to mark these tiles because some can be pretty easy to miss. When you have done everything, a green message will appear, prompting you to speak to the NPC. Talk to him or her and you'll get an XP drop. They'll also offer you a cup of tea, and you can drink that to restore your run energy. Now, you can teleport back to Falador to receive a new task from Amy, but you can also go to any of the other NPCs to give you contracts. Here's a map showing their locations. There's 4 total, including Amy. So, for example, after doing a contract in Northeast Varrock, it is faster just to run to Marlowe in the real estate agent building, rather than teleporting back to Amy. I found myself using 10 to 15 planks per contract along with a steel bar. You'll end up having to bank after each contract at the start, so either have a quick teleport to a bank or you can just run to the Valley East Bank. Each contract will grant you points to spend at a reward shop. Rewards include the new construction outfit, which grants 2.5% experience boost with the full set, an equipable saw that frees up an inventory slot, Hosidius blueprints to redecorate your POH, a plank sack that holds up to 28 planks, and a supply crate which will give you a modest amount of construction materials back. It's not meant to be profitable. I do want to point out though that the plank sack will slightly improve your XP rates with Mahogany Homes, and I guess in any construction training in general there, as it allows you to complete up to 3 contracts before you need to bank again. So if you plan on doing this long term, I say you definitely want to get that. I personally tested each contract here without the plank sack, and here's some rough data that I collected. Obviously, the rates are lower than traditional methods, but I estimated around 5.6 GP per XP on expert contracts, which is significantly cheaper than any of the standard options. So basically, this method is going to be really good for Ironman that don't want to burn through a lot of supplies, as well as any other account that just doesn't have a lot of cash to spend but needs to level up their construction. Another thing that I should note is that you can use the Lunar Spell NPC Contract to receive new contracts after you complete one. The problem with this though is that you're going to need to use teletabs in order to get to and from certain contracts. So if you're okay spending money and resources on that, then go for it. It's probably a little bit faster than just straight up teleporting, but honestly, just teleporting back to an NPC for the contract is not that much slower. And one last thing that they added with this update was a mini quest called Daddy's Home. You start it by talking to Marlowe in Northeast Varrock, and it's pretty much done all in that area. It's a very beginner mini quest that kind of just shows you how to do these contracts. You can do it and get like 400 construction XP as well as some very minimal supplies, but you don't need to do that in order to do the Mahogany Homes minigame. And that pretty much is going to be it for this video, guys. I really like this update myself, and I definitely plan on using it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you're going to use it yourselves or any kind of critiques you have. I'm really interested to see what people have to say. If you want to catch me live, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Link will be in the description. I also started a Discord server, which will also link if you want to join that. Otherwise, thank you for watching, enjoy the new update, and I'll see you guys next time.